Hello, everybody, and welcome to our presentation today. First of all, let me just introduce myself. My name is Thinh, and my co-worker on this project is Ms. Huyen. We are both from International University. That's a member of Vietnam National University in Ho Chi Minh City. And today, we would like to bring to you a topic that we have done. That's Zoom and Padlet, a solution for teaching listening online. We are going to go over 5 areas. First, we'll talk about the introduction, and then we move on and talk about the method, the findings, the discussion, and we end up with a conclusion. Right, now let's go to the introduction. And we can see that effectiveness in teaching and learning has always been a concern. We cannot deny that in the area of teaching, especially in the time of COVID-19 pandemics, then effectiveness can be very important. There are many applications, many techniques, many methods to teach, but how to teach effectively is an issue to discuss. And many research studies have found that there are challenges in teaching and learning. They could be helping students to learn persistently and actively, and also to help them to keep them focused and motivated in class. Then we cannot deny the indispensable role of engagement and interaction in the English classes. It is clear that when the students are engaged, they get involved, they participate, and they learn, right? In order to do this in the online environments, there are many applications, and Zoom has proven to be an effective one. It provides opportunities for interaction and engagement. And then we have Padlet, also very effective. It is like an interactive tool for collaboration and flexibility. Then we do not deny the effectiveness of these two applications. But in Vietnam, so I haven't found any research studies or findings about the use of Zoom or Padlet in teaching, something like, boring receptive skills like listening. Then we have the idea, why not incorporate Zoom, especially the breakout rooms function, and Padlet in the listening classes. And we aim, in this research, we aim to investigate the relationship. That's a combination. You see the combination of two applications of Zoom's breakout rooms function and Padlet with learners' performance in listening. And also we would like to examine the attitudes of learners towards this learning style. Okay, now let's move on to the research method. What did we do? For the sampling, participants of the research were 76 intermediate students in 2 note-taking classes, and all of them had achieved the IELTS score of at least 6.0. This is quite high, right? But this is the requirement at International University because we use English all the time for teaching, learning, and doing research. Then we stress quite high requirement on the English level. Now, back to the research. It lasted for 15 weeks. And for the method we utilized the breakout rooms function for interaction with the use of Padlet. We follow the experimental model of retest, post-test, and questionnaires for the experimental members. Then what are the similarities and differences of the two groups? For both groups, the students receive the same class materials, including the textbooks, the course books, the handouts, and also the extra practice. And also we utilize the breakout rooms. In IU, International University, we have the full version of Zoom. We know that it's good. Breakout rooms are good for students. Then why not use that? And also students of the two groups, they follow similar routine of the class. For example, the teacher give instructions, give tips and strategies on listening. For example, the tips on recognizing the signals for the ideas, like main ideas and details, important information, repetition, examples, and also the techniques in order to write down, the note-taking techniques. For example, using abbreviation, using keywords, using symbols, and using something like the split page format. And also the students, they use the breakout rooms in order to discuss, to do the summary, to share. What about the differences? Only for the students in the experimental group, they use the combination of Zoom and Padlet together. Sometimes Zoom, sometimes Padlet, and very often Padlet inside Zoom. So we use the two applications interchangeably. For Padlet, it's like the general, the very big patch, and each group worked on one patch. They work together to discuss, to share ideas, to make summary, to draw mind maps of what they have listened to give answers. And at the end of the class, the teacher just save the whole Padlet. That is like in the classroom, each group contributed, a patch, ideas. And at the end, they have something to take home. That's like the PDF file of all of the ideas of the whole class. And it's something for them to review at home or to refer to at the end of the class. Now let's move on to the findings. We had the pretest, the descriptive statistics of pretest and post-test. You can see in the pretest, the scores of the two groups were more or less the same. Then 57.5 for the control group and also 57.39 for the experimental group. And in the post-test, we could see higher scores, 66.32 for the control group and 84.82 for the experimental group. We also have the findings from questionnaire. We asked 5 questions on the reflections of students on this learning story. We'll talk more about this in the discussion. And we can see the students reflected positive attitudes. Very effective, very exciting, very motivating, very positive to positive. And we have some with neutral reflection. Now let's move on to discussion. First, we analyzed, in order to answer the first question, the combination of the use of the two applications on something like the performance of the learners. And you can see we ran the independent simple t-test. That's table number 1 and table number 2. And we could see at the beginning, the students were at more or less the same level, 57.5 and 57.4. That's very important. It means at the beginning, they had the same starting point. Then we have reason to compare their performance at the end of the period, at the end of the treatment. And for the post-test, we could see 66.32, higher scores than the pre-test, right? Then we ran the pair simple t-test. The comparison of each group, the post-test and the pre-test of each group, the mean difference. And we can see for the control group, they improved by 8.82 points. It is clear to see they study with the appropriate method. They participated in the classroom with breakout rooms, and they improve is sensible to say so. However, it's promising to see that in the experimental group, yeah, the improvement was up to 27.43. That's a lot. And yeah, now we can see that the experimental group outperformed the control group. That after 15 weeks of treatment, they outperform the control group. Now let's move on to the questionnaire. Yeah, for the questionnaire, we asked 5 questions on the 5-point scale and answer a few open-ended questions. Now, so for the 5 questions, we asked about the effectiveness, excitement, motivation in learning, listening online, and answer the use of the impacts of tablets and breakout rooms for the learning environment. And we found that, wow, the students, they reflected positive attitudes. 84% positive for effectiveness in this listening online mode in general. And up to 97 reflected that, they were excited, they were very happy in class environments. We could see 3% neutral. We did further, deeper investigation when we found out that, wow, the 3% here fell into the members and they were, frequently absent from class. Then maybe they were not in class, then they could not see the excitement, they could not feel the excitement with other students. It's wonderful that, we see that the use of breakout rooms and Padlet in this class was also effective, with 79% positive and 89% positive. We do recognize the limitations of our research. It was just a small-scaled research with just 76 students, 2 classes only, and we haven't done any inferential statistics, for example, correlation or square R. However, with the findings, we can see the learners showed positive attitudes towards this learning style. And until now, we can move on to the conclusion that the combination of Zooms, breakout rooms, and Padlets in the listening class, it provides promising results. In the aspect that the students, the experimental students, they perform better in the post-test, and they show very positive attitudes. Then we tend to repeat this study in the coming time, but in a larger scale, in order to confirm and see whether it is still effective when applied in a larger scale. Okay, so that's the end of our presentation today. Thank you very much for listening. And here is our contact information. If you have any concerns or questions, we are very happy to reply to you. So thank you very much, everybody, and goodbye.